This is Rebecca Moore from the Overlake School. Today I'm talking about Fuzzy Mud by Louis Sachar. Tamaya found herself staring at a large puddle of some kind of fuzz-covered mud. The mud was dark, tar-like. Just above the surface, almost as if it were suspended in the midair, there was a fuzzy, yellowish-brown scum. Something else struck her as odd about the fuzzy mud, although it took her a moment to realize what it was. There were no leaves on top of the mud. Leaves had fallen everywhere else. They completely surrounded the mud puddle right up to its edges, but for some reason, no leaves had landed on top of it. Tamaya should not have been in the woods at all that day, or ever. The woods were forbidden. But Tamaya wasn't allowed to walk home by herself, so when her neighbor Marshall, who's 2 years older than she, decides to take a shortcut through the forbidden woods, Tamaya has to go. Marshall actually has a good reason to take the shortcut. He's been targeted at school for a long time by a really nasty bully named Chad, who's promised to beat him up on the way home. Marshall really doesn't want to get beaten up, but Chad really wants to beat him up to the point at which he sees Marshall going into the woods and follows him. He follows him and attacks him. That's when Tamaya grabs a handful of the fuzzy mud and throws it in Chad's face so she and Marshall can escape. And it works. The next day, though, she has an odd tingly rash on her hand. And Chad? He never came home at all. Fuzzy Mud by Louis Sachar.